welcome to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin'.
I'll tell you what, Mad Dog Merrill and Fast Freddy are on the road again. We are at the Great Hall in historic Union Station, downtown Chicago, the hub of Chicago. We'll be right back. We're going to pour ourselves another coffee, don some gloves, because it's going to get deep.
All right.
Pit Boss Grills presents Mad Dog and Merrill Midwest Grillin'. Brought to you by Pit Boss Grills, Griddles and Accessories, Louisiana Grills and Smokers, The Power of Wisconsin Potatoes, Sundrop Soda, Cherry Delight, Awesome Shrimp and Seafood, Shooting Star Casinos, the Wisconsin Agriculture Tourism Association, and by Lashbro Visual Communications.
Ready for this?
We're ready.
My kind of town,
Chicago is.
My kind of town, Chicago is.
Oh, play it again for me, Sammy boy.
Does that make us the Rat Pack?
The wrong type of rat pack, that's for sure.
I guess. Hey, Mad Dog and Merrill here with...
Robin and the Seven Hoods. Did you know that?
Oh,
That was
that's
a movie,
right.
Frank
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember that.
Same guy that was in Ocean's 11, the same rat pack.
That was before my time.
And filmed right here.
That
Was it? That I did not know.
Yeah. And right here is downtown Chicago. We are at the Great Hall, which is just absolutely beautiful. It's a historic Union Station, the hub. And we're here because, not to promote necessarily Chicago and Illinois, but to promote the fact that these folks here and everybody else can take a little trip up north, head to our good friends in Wisconsin.
Right.
And we've got something special from Wisconsin. We got egg tourism, and that's what we're here to help promote today is Wisconsin egg tourism. Gives us some great reasons to head up to the great Wisconsin and all of the Midwest through the Amtrak rails.
Well, it's good to be here. But I'll tell you, I miss this place. I used to come down here all the time.
Did you
At
really?
the time my wife and I lived in northern Illinois, we'd take the train, come down on the weekend. Absolutely fantastic. Just
Were you
loved it.
panhandling?
No, well, I could have. I
I bet you could have.
You know what Crystal told me the name of the train is? The Hiawatha.
Yeah, the Hiawatha.
That's right.
Yeah, that goes up. It goes from Chicago to Milwaukee, and then from Milwaukee, there's buses that you can take, and plus the Amtrak goes to all different locations in
Yeah,
Wisconsin, so you can hop aboard, see it. You can go out to. You can actually get on the Amtrak and go out west to California for like $200 and some odd.
I know, it's amazing.
I know it's great.
Yep, yep.
But we're not here to promote that. We're here to promote good old-fashioned grilling.
Yes, you've got it, sir.
And I'll tell you what, good old-fashioned grilling back in the Depression. I'm going to finish my coffee.
Okay, sir. You can tell it's a serious show, ladies and gentlemen.
Back in the Depression days, of course, we had the rail riders,
Right.
the hobos.
Right, exactly.
And the hobos were called that because of homeward bound. And yet, wherever they were, and what it was is during the Depression, they had no money, they had to travel, they had to find work wherever they could. But wherever that railroad took them was then their home at that time. So everybody who was a hobo was a homeward bound, H-O-B-O, homeward bound, and that's how they came up with the name.
I'll be darned.
And during the
Interesting.
Depression. And during the Depression, they had mulligan stew.
Yes.
And
You
mulligan
better believe they had
stew.
mulligan stew.
Look at that, here comes a little train. Woo, woo. Oh no, that's not an Amtrak. Mulligan stew was a variation of whatever they could make up at that particular day. But we have a large sheet of aluminum foil. Now we're a little higher scale, so we got ground turkey.
All right, look, I noticed, I figured that was turkey
Oops, so
there.
before we can do the ground turkey, being from Wisconsin, you got to have sauerkraut. So that's going to
that's
be our
true.
little layer down below is the kraut.
All right.
That's a little drained sauerkraut. We've got the ground turkey on top of that. Now I'm going to give myself a little bit of a punching hole. That's normally for the vegetables and stuff. But with us, being from Wisconsin, we got to have cheese.
That's right.
So our good friends at Pine River, and Pine River is out of Newton, Wisconsin, and this is all grade A cheddar cheese made in, and it's a beautiful cold packed spread. And they got so many different flavors that we're going to be using here today. This one happens to be a good smoky bacon. So I'm going to take, and rather the vegetables inside there, I'm going to take the smoky bacon.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and we're going to plop that baby right on top. Isn't that going to be good?
All right, yeah, I like
And to that, we're going to add, of course, our little carrots.
Yep.
Where's my knife right there? We're going to add, I should have had these cut up, but it don't matter. We got time today.
My grandfather
Our
used to
train
make
don't
these
leave
all
till
the
our
time.
train don't leave till 10.
I hope we can make it, ladies and gentlemen.
So we got some nice little onions over the top of that. Now, being from Wisconsin, the third largest producers in the United States of potatoes is our good friends at Wisconsin Potato
Yes.
Growers. So eatwisconsinpotatoes.com. We got some beautiful red potatoes, salad potatoes, and I'm simply gonna dice those babies up. And all we're simply gonna do, and I did one up last night, all we're gonna do is fold that baby right up into a little pocket. You can leave a little steam hole on top if you want to. Now I did mine over a low direct heat.
Sure.
But on our Pit Boss over here, we have a dual purpose. We have the sportsman issue of the Pit Boss over here, the sportsman. And I'll tell you what we do is we have a gas grill on this side and we have the pellet grill on this side. So I put it on top of at home I put it on top of the gas, I put it on a low heat and just let it bubble and let that sauerkraut
Right.
moisten everything up.
Yeah,
And it
that's
cooked up in
delicious.
no time at all and it turned out delicious.
My grandfather used to make those all the time. Oh yes, Grandpa Tommy, hobo dinners.
Was he a hobo?
No, no, he was an Irishman.
Mulligan stew.
McFarland. McFarland was his name. Tommy McFarland. Hey, I got to make a little bit of Hickory barbecue sauce.
Where did Tommy McFarland live?
He lived in Forest, Illinois.
Oh yeah. I couldn't see the forest past the
There
trees.
you go. There you go. Okay, let's make some Hickory barbecue
Hickory
sauce.
barbecue sauce.
All right. First of all, we're using some of our Hickory barbecue sauce.
Mad Dog
here.
and Merrill's natural smoked
right.
hickory barbecue sauce.
We're going to spice this up a little bit because we're using a little bourbon in there. You know, just a little bit. Nothing overpowering, but enough just to give it a nice little flavor because we're going to be adding the hickory syrup in there too. So just, that's enough for it. Don't want to overdo it. Got to save that bourbon for later, Freddie. You know what I mean?
Freddie's gonna have a drink next segment. You gotta all
Yeah.
watch for that.
Don't waste it, for God's sakes. Okay, now I'm going to put probably a good tablespoon in here. You can do this basically by taste to find out if you need it anymore or
You know,
not.
We're gonna use hickory throughout the whole.
Okay.
Wisconsin, there's a Wisconsin Hickory Association, Wisconsin Hickory Association, wihickory.org, and there's a guy, Mike, who does great workshops and everything else on how to crack hickory nuts. Did you ever crack hickory nuts, Freddie? When we grew up, honest to God, we had hickory nuts in our tree and our lawn, and we went to the local parks and we took all the hickory nuts. Dad would put them in a box, we'd put them in the basement
Yeah.
over the winter to dry, and then we'd sit with Grandma Mabel and we'd sit and crack hickory nuts the next spring until
Really?
our fingers hurt. And there's an art to cracking hickory nuts. And if you go to wisconsinhickory.org or the Hickory Association or their Facebook, Mike can come out and do some workshop. Freddie, you ever taste hickory syrup?
No, but I was thinking a squirrel doesn't go through all that stuff. He just puts his mouth and bites it.
Well, I'm not gonna feed it to you. I'm not gonna feed it to you.
No, yes you are.
Don't get that.
Can I have some more?
Some more, please. Can I have some? Can I have some more?
Elixir of the morning.
That was too much for me. I'll tell you. I want to take a taste of this just to make sure what the taste
I
is.
bet
on
it's
this.
delicious.
We'll find out
Now
here.
that hickory barbecue sauce can be used on anything. We're gonna probably drizzle it over our little mulligan stew here.
It's perfect. That is perfect.
So I'm gonna do one more thing and then I
Okay.
will mention a couple things. So hickory roasted coffee.
Okay.
They have fudge made with hickory. They've got gift boxes. They got everything you want that you can, and they're out of, I bought hickory nuts from them before and I didn't realize that they're out of the Princeton area.
That's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've gotten hickory nuts from it. And my dad, every year, we cracked hickory nuts. Every year they went up deer hunting. He made cookies and he had to have hickory nuts in those cookies. And it was kind of like a sugar cookie with hickory nuts in it.
Well, I
every
know
year
I used to get
happened to-
hickory all the time, and I couldn't figure out why I got it because it's for my dad.
It was for my dad. My dad had to have them every year for
Yeah.
his hunter's cookies.
Gotcha.
And he made them last year at the age of 92. So this is a hickory roasted coffee that you can get online or through this Facebook. So we're gonna take a coffee, we're gonna do a coffee rub. Now
All
I've got twice the amount of brown sugar because I'm gonna do a small piece of salmon and some chicken.
Okay.
And then we got Grandma Hazel's. And all we're simply gonna do is blend the hickory coffee roasted, Grandma Hazel's and the brown sugar together. All we're simply gonna do is mix those together, make a simple little brown sugar.
That's a beautiful blend right there. I'll tell you, folks. If
Yeah.
you've never had a coffee rub, you've got to have it. It's great on everything.
And you can rub it over chicken breast, chicken thighs. You can rub it over pork tenderloin. It goes over everything from salmon. I double the brown sugar because I'm gonna do a small piece of salmon on the grill. It comes out wonderful.
Freddie wants to taste. No.
Here we go again. Not that much.
The reason we're here too is that there's a great event. A lot of Wisconsin people are here this weekend.
Yes.
This week because we had all the friends from all the great tourism. We got our good friends behind us at West Bend, and in a couple of weeks we're going to be taping at West Bend. They got a beautiful brand new river walk, so stay tuned for that. We'll be right back with more Mad Dog and Merrill Minute. I got to taste this hickory syrup. Whoop.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Freddie, aren't you going to serve me?
Hey, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling.
It's not the Wabash Cannonball, but it's close. We're downtown Chi-Town, Chicago, the birthplace of Freddie Meyer. And back when Freddie was born, they called it the Great Hall there too. Historical Union Station.
That's right.
And that's where we're at today. We're with the Amtrak folks. Amtrak can be taken all over the United States, including the big Midwest, including Wisconsin. Our good friends at NATO are here. They're going to be doing some tribal dancing coming up soon. We got good friends wherever you go, from Portage to West Allis to Milwaukee's down over here. Of course, I see Green Bay behind us. So at Union Station, it's the hub of Chicago.
Well, it sure is.
Freddie, I got a treat for you, buddy.
You do?
So Merrill's going to be making you an old fashioned in just a minute or two,
Yeah.
but this is actually Soul Boxers. This is actually from our good friends in Muskego, Wisconsin, Pop's Kettle Corn. And they actually have a Pop's marketplace in Muskego with 100 different vendors there that are local Wisconsin vendors and such. And he's a fan of the show, and you can shop online at popskettlecorn.com. But this is a brandy old-fashioned, kettle corn, a caramel corn.
Boy, Freddie, this is your lucky day.
This is your
man.
lucky day.
You get brandy and you get bourbon all at the
And
same
if
time.
that don't look delicious, and I'll tell you what, he's got all kinds of different brands. You can see them all right there.
You're not going to feed me?
Oh, that's hilarious. Still, okay. Go ahead.
How's the caramel corn? Good? Can you taste it? Oh, with your mouth full. No, I got
I'll try it here.
It's supposed to be. It's got bitters in there. It's got brandy in there, right? Tastes like old fashioned, brandy old fashioned.
Why do you
Boy.
keep saying old-fashioned? I can't believe.
I know. I'll keep moving
Oh,
fast.
really good. Go ahead.
I mentioned a little bit earlier in the last segment that Wisconsin is the third largest producer of potatoes. Wisconsin potatoes. Eat wisconsinpotatoes.com. Eat wisconsinpotatoes.com. That's the way this show's going, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to do a great little Wisconsin potato salad. So what I did last night, cold out now that they are, I grilled up some Yukon Golds.
Okay.
And I grilled them up nice and tender, and I cubed them up. So we have the beautiful Wisconsin potatoes that I cubed up. Those have the flavor of the grill in them. And of course, being from Wisconsin and the good Midwest, we have our good old-fashioned bratwurst. So these were fresh brats.
Obviously, gotta have
I
that.
browned those up. That's our protein, no eggs.
Good man.
And then I had some beef left over, so I diced up some beef. So it's kind of like refrigeration day today. So we're going to mix that all together. And we also have the Trinity. So we have onions, peppers, and celery.
Okay.
And we're going to blend that baby right inside of there without making a mess.
All
I am going to mix that all together.
Yeah.
Now here's the main ingredient too. Hey, I forgot to mention you're with our good friends at Pine River. PineRiver.com.
Okay, pineriver.com.
So these are not my dad's hickory nuts, but you can order those online through their Facebook at the Hickory Association and stuff. But we're going to add some nice little crunch in there. We're going to add some beautiful hickory nuts in there, and that's going to give a nice little texture to that. Over here, if I don't drop this,
Oh, yeah, don't drop it.
Grand
My gosh.
Union Hall, boy, everybody will be stopping and looking on that one. What did they yell
Got
at?
it
What did they yell at
quite
at that gas station at the Oasis, Freddie?
Oh
boy!
Inside joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy,
inside
we'd
joke.
be in trouble here.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my gloves on because I have a feeling I'm going to need them.
All right.
We have a good old-fashioned mayo. Now, my old-fashioned way of doing this would be to add a little bit of sugar, but instead we're going to do the hickory syrup, and
Good man.
that sounds like a winner to me. I'm going to add your hickory syrup.
go right
My
ahead.
gloves are. Thank you. Little hickory syrup in there. That's going to give a nice little flavor to it. Good sweetness, isn't it? A little bit of vinegar always goes in. So the sweet and the vinegar, the tartness goes away. And I'm gonna add some jarred garlic because we haven't used garlic yet today.
You always got to use garlic all the time. I mean, what the heck?
And up north peppery. So up north peppery is gonna go in there. That's a
love
nice
up
little
north
black
pepper.
pepper, Len. And I'm gonna use my hands instead of a mitts. And I'll tell you what, that's gonna be a delicious potato salad. We
It's
nicked,
great here. All these people are looking at him. Going, what's he doing? I love it. Oh yeah, love that, man. Beautiful.
so that's our
Good
Wisconsin
presentation.
potatoes. That's eatwisconsinpotatoes.com. Freddie, are you thirsty?
Well, Freddie looks a little thirsty, doesn't he?
You know, we're in Chicago, and of course, it brings back memories. The end of Prohibition. Yes.
That's
Sure,
right.
Exactly right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
We'll-
Chi-town, boy, that
We'll
was big.
start it all over again, Freddie.
You know what year?
What?
1933.
Yeah, it's the end of,
1933?
Prohibition.
I only want the end.
Not the beginning.
Well, I'll tell you what, Merrill's grandpa used to make mulligan stew. My grandpa was a baker during the Prohibition, so that he used pure vanilla extract at 35 proof.
Boy, I'll tell you. All right, hey, we're using the hickory syrup here.
Instead of simple syrup.
Yeah, yeah.
Good idea.
Great, great. It has a great flavor to it. You know, I used to go ahead and smoke my own bourbon. Not anymore. This is the way to go. I'm gonna add a little bit of juice of some orange here. Not very much, but just enough for that.
You know, the Native Americans lived off from the hickory tree.
Really?
Everything from the bark to the smoking of it and to the using it for axe handles and wood handles and things
Wow,
like that
interesting.
and different, yeah, it's amazing.
I got bitters. Bitters like a salt and pepper, you know? It brings out the whole flavor of everything for you. Then we got to put a little bit of bourbon in there. Boy, I should have loosed this earlier. Have my guy. There we go. There you go, Freddie.
I got a
thanks.
spatula.
You're a good man. That'll work. There, Fred. Oh, you're a lucky man.
He is a lucky man.
Look at you.
You know, we're good friends with Something Special
Go,
from
oh, your two
Wisconsin.
hands.
And what a great organization, association that is. And of course, it corresponds with the Wisconsin Egg Tourism. And we're not talking eggs from a chicken, we're talking agriculture.
Right, exactly.
And all the great festivals. And a lot of things that we're doing here today is like, there's a lot of great festivals related around bratwurst and sausage, cheese festivals. We're going to be doing some apples in the next
Right,
segment
exactly.
coming up. So a lot of great festivals around agriculture in Wisconsin, wisconsineggtourism.com. What a big business. What a big business.
It is.
You know, cocktails were invented because during, of course, Prohibition,
Yep.
the whiskey was so bad you couldn't even drink it.
Yeah, you had
You had
to.
to mix it with something, and out of that came these wonderful cocktails
Yeah.
that we enjoy today.
I guess it went over big in New Orleans when they masked the flavor. All right, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling.
From historical Union Station in Chi-town, Wisconsin, it's time for grilled apples.
All right.
So grilled apples are mushy and warm, and I don't like them.
You know, I don't either.
So what I did is I took beautiful apples and I scored them up, I seared them up. They're about 3/4 done. They're ice cold right now. We're gonna add some beautiful raspberries. We're gonna add some wonderful blueberries in there. And all we're simply gonna do is take a little bit of that hickory syrup again,
Okay.
a little bit of our mango hot sauce, a little balsamic vinegar, a little ginger.
We
I
gotta
was
have ginger.
gonna add apple cider vinegar, but I think I'll nixnay that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. A little bit of ginger in there.
I love the ginger there. Ginger with that maple syrup and
Oh
the
yeah,
balsamic vinegar.
it's gonna be delicious.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
a big difference.
And all that is gonna be drizzled over the top. And it's a beautiful cold salad. You can serve it with a little bit of ice cream on the side. You can do whatever you want. But if that don't bleed, beautiful Wisconsin, it's unbelievable.
Freddie, you
And-
want to taste?
Come on, Freddie. Come on, this is your spring tonic. Hey, we'll be right back from Chi-town, the Great Hall, Union Station, historical Union Station in Chicago.
Be right back.
Right where this film was, that show was filmed. Well, we had a great here from Chi-Town. We got to get going because Freddie's going to take us back to all his places where he grew up.
Yes,
His high
exactly.
school, he's going to take us to his old neighborhood, his old hangouts, in the hood with Freddie. It's in the hood with Freddie next time.
Ice cream shop, you know, he's going to take us to the ice cream shop.
Exactly.
Yep,
The hot dog, the great hot dog stands here.
Yeah. A little libation
Nice being with you,
afterwards,
folks.
Freddie.
Peace and love and barbecue.
Be good, everybody.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is a production of Lashbro Visual Communications.
Oh, yeah. That's a lap.